know what this represents? Well, the county was the county was we have the world's great military people. I will tell you that. And we're going to great evening. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
You'll find out. We will find out. Long time coming. Okay, let's do a check. Let's make sure you can hear me okay. So we take a couple minutes here before we get started to make sure I'm coming across okay. You can see me and you can hear me. All right, so test. All right. All right. So I got a little screenshot of your comments there in the corner. All right, 5-5. Hello from the state of North Carolina. Hello, hello, hello. It's a beautiful night, by the way. I don't know where you're at, but I'm in Ohio, and it's gorgeous. Sound and sight good. Excellent. I put a lot of time into this. I know I have not been on the air as much as I wanted to be, but there's so much going on in my world, and as you know, behind the scenes with everything else. But we're going to get back into a very even flow of podcasts for sure. I have plenty of things lined up. Hello from Oregon, Tennessee, loud and clear. Excellent. All right, so that's not moving over there, so I'm going to take that off. I don't know why that's not doing that. Let me see something here. Okay, there we go. Now it's moving, but it's getting stuck. There we go. I think it's moving now. All right, there we go. Just a little glitch there. All right, good evening, everyone. All right, if you're new to the show, like I said, I take just a couple minutes. We talk, we read the comments, make sure everybody can hear me okay, and then we're good to go. All right, Mississippi in the house. All right, as you could see, I started the show off with the famous clip of the calm before the storm from President Trump. And what you see on your screen right now, obviously, is a real post from President Trump last night. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Georgia's in the house. Nice. Nice. Okay. And so he posted this meme yesterday, and it was a calm before the storm. I had put out that it felt to me like it was the night before Christmas type of thing. I know that's a weird analogy to compare it to, per se. But at the end of the day, what's going on in Iran, with Iran, when it's all said and done, will feel like Christmas. I know a lot of people are tired of seeing these things, and he just posted, as you know, which you've already seen, and it says, let me go see here. So he did post earlier, and he said, which I put on the thumbnail for the show. Oh, by the way, if you're on Rumble and possibly YouTube, I don't think the thumbnail was updated. I promise it will get updated. He said, for Iran, the clock is ticking, and they better get moving fast in capital letters, or there won't be anything left of them. Time is of the essence in capital letters. President Donald J. Trump. Last night I had talked about, compared it to "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It doesn't mean that something is going to happen tonight. I even said it is a possibility the Brent oil markets open up less than an hour now, and it could have been a timing thing. I do know that Jesse Waters reported about we can be going in as early as tomorrow, Monday. But then again, you got to take those things with a grain of salt. Trump usually ends up going in earlier and doing these things. Now, that particular post from today from True Social, if I've learned one thing, and hopefully you have, if you learned one thing, is to take him serious. Now, I know people are talking about that he posts these things a lot, and there's been this long delay. I really hope that people take the time to read my Facebook posts. I put a lot of time and effort into researching and trying to use intelligent thought and putting the puzzle pieces together. And welcome, everybody. Arkansas in the house. All right. And put the puzzle pieces together. And I did a repost today. I said this is worth reposting. I talked about the possibility of the delay being he is definitely buying time. He's not giving Iran time. Iran's in a chokehold. Their backs are against the wall. Oil is overflowing. Okay. And like I said, we have satellite imagery. I have video. I don't want to release that yet because I can't confirm if it's authentic video that was just taken in Iran itself off the coast of Iran and Karg Island, which shows an oil slick in the sea. And with that being said, again, I wrote detailed long post about the golden age of America and how it equates to Iran and what is going on. And I get it. Americans at the gas pumps are feeling it. Believe me, I just went to fill up the tank the other day. Okay? And oh, I'm getting it correct. Okay. I just went to fill up the tank the other day, and boy, that hurt. And it was only a half a tank. I think it was like $40, $42 or something crazy. A little over half tank. But yeah, and I just come from the grocery store. So, yes, I'm not going to lie to you. I would not lie to you. You know I won't lie to you. That does hurt. And I feel your pain going to the grocery store weekly. And then, luckily for me, I'm in a position where I don't drive that much because I work from my studio all day long. I'm blessed to have my studio right now in my home. And so, with the exception of your typical things and taking I care for my mother, you guys know what she's going through with her cancer and everything else, and taking her to doctor's appointments. But that's really the gist of it. A lot of it's local. So, but for those of you who travel, my goodness gracious, you know, my son, his job, he travels a great distance as well. And, a decent distance for his job every day. And, you know, that's got to hurt him also, especially being a young man, because he's about to turn 25 and he can't wait because 25, your insurance rates will go down. I kind of warned him about that. And so he's kind of happy about that. So any relief he can get. And that goes for all of you, because I know everyone's feeling it as well. And look, I'm on a personal note, I'm working very hard over here, and I'm putting out material. But there are times when, as you know, just like RSBN does all the time, and certain other platforms, I will never, ever charge for the news. That will never happen. I don't believe in that. And we put out, you know, my link to the donations and stuff. And that I got to tell you, that helps tremendously. And you have no idea that your support is what keeps this going over here. But that's why I've been working hard to put out some IP content, intellectual property content under MindFix Entertainment in the form of books, children's books, and soon it will be the devotional on June 1st. I hope you're all looking forward to that. A lot of work's going into that as well, and that helps also. But at the same time, what I was trying to get at there is that even when I put out, a donation post, it almost hurts me because I know exactly what everybody's going through right now. Exactly what everybody's going through. I pretty much don't have a choice. I got to put it out there because I got overhead to meet every month. But, I'm getting close to where, with the incredible support of all of you and the direction this is going, I think things will go good. I'm very confident. I am extremely confident in the direction things are going. Even though things look bleak right now, and people are looking at the timetable and they say, look, the midterms are coming. I'm tired of President Trump talking about Iran. He's giving them more time. All this. Then I don't want to pivot into that yet. I'll mention that in a second because I'll lose my train of thought. But President Trump is what he's doing, I truly believe in. I believe the golden age of America is going to be close. All I've been looking at is I've watched, and I'm no expert, don't get me wrong. I just put a lot of time and effort into trying to learn. And one of the beautiful things recently, and I'm going to get into this with the advancement of AI, I have been finding the time to, which is rare, to dig deeper. Now, let me say something here. I'm not talking about research. I don't use AI for my research. Okay? I don't think anybody really should do that at this point. It's a little too premature. Okay? If you're going to use AI for a research, my recommendation to you is to use Google Gemini. It's pretty good right now. Okay? And I know what you're all saying about Google. But using ChatGPT to research, I strongly advise against that. One, that's not how AI is used. But my point is that I'm learning a lot more with the advancement of AI. I know the Cavs tonight. I don't even. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not going to be on the air too long tonight as well. I didn't even watch the other game. Yes, I'm watching the Cavs, but with the advancement of AI, I've been able to learn. And believe it or not, I'm even studying. I had my AI put together a program for me, and I wanted to learn Latin, and I'm in the beginning stages of learning Latin. Just something I've always wanted to do. But my point of all that was sent you a love gift, Bruce Snyder. Oh, thank you very much, Denise. I appreciate that very much. And for anybody else who, real quick, says I just saw that on the screen. Anybody else, if I've never gotten back to you, if you paid through PayPal or donated through PayPal or any other sites, it's not on purpose at all. It's I try to get to everybody, but don't think. I mean, I can't. That's why I post all the time. Thank you in a big post per se. My gratitude is everything to me, and this is all going to make sense because I know that the rededication to what's it called again? Yeah, rededicate 250 is going on right now. Yes, sorry, my phone was on, and you did, Denise. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. I better turn down my ringer. But the rededication is going on. So I'm going to get back to Iran here in a second. I know what I was saying. Believe me, I'm going to get right back to what the golden age of America, what I see is going on. I talked about you. Hopefully you're reading my detailed post that I put out there. And just because I put a rapid succession of posts out there, I make sure almost daily my words I put out there. Okay, so it's very important. One thing too, if you haven't seen it yet, if you go into, so I was playing with Google Gemini today with their AI, and I had asked them, and you could see it on my page, about MindFix TV. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll just read it to you real quick. And it's not about me tooting my own horn. There's a point I'm making with this, okay? So I said, what do you think about MindFix TV as a news source? It says whether, and this is from Google, their answer, whether MindFix TV news is right for you depends entirely on what you look for in a news source. If you prefer a no BS, which is great, straightforward approach to major headlines, it is highly recommended. It stands out because it translates complex national politics, economic trends, and election integrity updates into clear layman's terms. The coverage is deeply rooted in faith, community, and traditional values, which I've strived hard to make sure, making it a great fit if you want a grounded, independent alternative to corporate mainstream media. However, if you're looking, this is a weird paragraph. However, if you are looking for mainstream left-leaning editorial perspectives or a slow-paced, low-volume feed, it might not match your style. It is MindFix TV. It is an active, high-volume page delivering quick, direct insights. Ultimately, if you value trust, unfiltered reporting, and a strong sense of community, it is absolutely worth following. Now, that was really cool to read today. And hello, everybody. Hello, Tennessee. Hello, everybody. And that was really cool to read today. I worked really hard to make sure that everyone had a place to come to get credible news. On a daily basis, it's important for me to put out credible news that can be backed up. Anything that I put out in a commentary, a writing piece of my own, I make sure that I review it clearly, making sure that anything I reference to, now there's my opinions, but if there's anything that's factual in it, I make sure that you can check it out yourself. And I always encourage that. But when it's said about community in there, that is one thing we strive for. And I would also like to take a minute and thank Wanda Murray, who does help me behind the scenes a little bit. She keeps an eye on things. It's not that we're not the fact check police. We're not here trying to police you. We just keep the trolls out. And when I say trolls, people come in here on purpose and try to sabotage with their vulgarity and everything else. So I am very proud of that. I'm very proud that I'm a part of, and I mean that just because it's my page, I'm very proud of the fact that I'm a part of this community. Otherwise, I'd be here talking to myself this evening. So I want to thank you for that. And then it says we're rooted in faith. And today, the Rededicate 250 is going on. I've seen bits and pieces of it because I've been busy today. But later tonight, I'll check it out. I'll watch some of the speeches and stuff. It was cool to watch because I had a background in where I've done those events before, and used to work for my church and big productions and all that, and being a cameraman and a director and all that. So I know how those work, and that's a lot of work what they did today. I mean, that is mega big. That was a very good quality production. Stage, everything. I even talked about the stage. So, and the reason I bring that up, it's a perfect day, and it's the 17th. How about that? And then Trump puts out today about Iran, and it's kind of all connecting right now. Now, so I'm going to say this. So we're talking about Rededicate. I'm trying to tie everything together here. So we're talking about Rededicate 250, pretty much kicking off a 250-year celebration of the United States and America. And I was listening this morning when I was drinking my coffee. I was listening to Fox News, and I was listening to Peter Ducey interviewing somebody. I can't remember who he was interviewing, but the gentleman was he said something that was like, this is the best thing ever said on Fox News. And he said that the division in this country is not the elephant and the donkey. It's not right versus left. It's the serpent versus the lamb. That was perfect. I should go find that clip. And I thought that was, I said, I hope everybody heard what this man just said this morning. I just wrote a 54-page ebook about Facebook and the algorithm and what it's doing, and how it's changed and manipulating you and your mind. And I know I went into details about your thinking and everything else, because it's really trying to capture your thoughts and your emotions and trying to control you. It's really trying to control you. If you haven't read that, I gave it out for free to everybody. And it's a very short read. There are no academic terms. There are no technical terms. It's put together. I made sure I put it together to where it flows to keep your attention. And for those who don't like to read, I made it for you, basically, as well. So that's something, if you want to go look for, you could find that on my social media platforms as well. What I'll do is, hey Wanda, if you're listening, send me a message and remind me to put the that book. It's called Trapped in the Feed. Remind me to put that on my link tree. I'll put that post on my link tree, and that way everybody has access to it. So, because all my platforms are in my link tree. But real quick, and I don't want to turn this into a religious show or a faith-filled show, and believe me, there's going to be some of those coming up, because there's going to be a change slightly coming up. And because I already know, I prepared for this for quite some time, that soon enough, things will be, thank you, Wanda, things will be much better in this country. And I've always prepared for the moment where the craziness kind of dissipates, things change, the economy's better, all of that, okay? And if those arrests still come and everything else, and there's going to be, all the craziness is going to kind of be gone for a minute. I've always prepared for that time, because there will be platforms out here that won't know what to do anymore. I won't be one of them, though. I'm already well ahead of the game. And I say that because the content I have been preparing for a long time to put out adds to, just like what Rededicate 250. I read your ebook, I'm reading comment, and it was very well written that anyone could understand it. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yeah, I purposely made sure that it was a very simple read. And I try to do that in most of my posts, too, because things can get very complicated out here. I don't like to make things complicated, because we're living in a digital world where nobody knows what's going on. Just a little while ago, I posted a screenshot from somebody. I've already forgot the guy's name. Hello, Canada. I love Canadians. I love Canada. From X, and people I noticed are sharing it. The latest one was Adam Schiff was arrested today, which is not true. A lot of people do say, and I say this humbly, a lot of people will say, well, I'm going to go check Bruce's page to make sure. And I love that, because I worked hard for that type of thinking. And because if it's not on my page, I always say, you might want to hold off before you go sharing things. I'm not always the first. I can be very fast, but I'm not always the first to put out immediate breaking news, because I make sure that it's the real deal out there. But anyways, my point is, people have asked me many times, share with us who are the fakes and all that. I really won't do that. But the only reason I did that today and put the screenshot, Josh Hall, I think his name is, or something like that, just came to me. The only reason I did that is because I saw when I opened up my Facebook feed earlier and I saw it in the comments on like these lengthy posts, and I could tell the way they were written that they came from somebody like that account. So it's being spread. Once again, I have to implore you, okay? Again, telling people what to do, that doesn't work. It never worked for me, especially when my backstory, when I got sober and all that. I mean, it's difficult. I've learned that through experience. I don't shove God down anybody's throat. Even though you come to my page, you see a lot of inspirational stuff. I get that. You're there for that reason. But I don't shove God down anybody's throat. I'd rather be the example what my feet do, not what my lips do or what I type out. That's always just been me. I just believe in that strongly. I'd rather be an example. It's not what I say, it's what I do. But getting back to, real quick, what was said today from that gentleman talking to Peter Ducey. And he was talking about this is a great awakening. Okay? And I've always said that personally, and I know what is referenced out here in digital land when it comes to the Great Awakening, and then immediately people are going to talk, which is okay, which is great, is talking about the underworld of child trafficking, all the conspiracies as well. I didn't say that was a conspiracy, not at all. All that stuff. But truthfully, for example, and this will make sense, just like having the urge, because you have an emotional response to share something, okay? Like, that's why I posted this guy today, and you're sharing something for this, like the latest one, Adam Schiff's been arrested and all that. Believe me, if he does, it'd be all over my pages, every account. But you're feeding the machine, and you're putting out, and that makes us look terrible. When I say us, okay, there's a movement, whatever you want to call it, MAGA or whatever. And I don't like telling people what to do, but I will suggest to you to think twice before nobody got arrested. That was fake news. And I urge people to take a deep breath and research it first. Look for, rule of thumb for me, it's been like this forever. Check 3 sources, always 3. And they have to be credible sources, not sources of people of what you want to hear. Okay? Because when you see a sexy, and I call it sexy in the industry, when you see this sexy headline, Adam Schiff was arrested or whoever, what doesn't matter, that reels you in right away. Boom. And it's a hook. All right? Your emotions right away, the dopamine hit. And I just urge you to check things. And I thank you for trusting me. I get that. But there are plenty of credible news sources out here, independent news sources out here that you should always reference to. I know having news like something like that with a big boom, having it on your Facebook page, that's really cool and all. But there's so much of it out here that's just complete BS. And the name of my show is No BS, on my initials, of course. But you see the play on words, just like Mind Fixed is a play on words. I just strongly urge you to take your time out there. I just can't believe we're still here after all these years and everything we've learned, and we're still sharing these lies out here. And I will say this much. When it comes to Facebook, I'm talking directly to Facebook right now. Okay, X is a different world. TikTok is a whole different world. Even Telegram, that's a different world. Facebook, that's a world of its own. Because I've always treated Facebook, and my mother's on Facebook, and it's the only platform she uses. It's unfortunate there's a lot of garbage out there. And like I said, I just wrote that ebook that's for free, you could read. And I got a lot of great feedback from it. It was well thought out. Okay, yeah, somebody says the Bongino rule, be right, not first. 100%. 100%. Take your time, because you're you're really just because I'm an independent news reporter, kind of known, if you will, and you're just this individual who has just a Facebook page and you don't really report the news, but you share it, and sharing it or copy pasting it. And again, I'm going down a road I don't like going down because it's very uncomfortable for me to tell people what to do because I don't like it. But I'm just saying, think twice. Perhaps a lot of you who listen to me right now are people of faith, men and women of God, and pray about it. Think about it. This is why that Google post I just read to you, which is wonderful. It was wonderful. What it said about MindFix TV, it nailed it. That was AI, and it nailed it. Everything that I worked so hard for to create, they were dead on. And it's just kind of an affirmation to me as well. And I'm just really happy about that. So, again, but the Great Awakening, and, we're going to talk about Iran in 1 second here again, is bigger than those conspiracy theories. For me, okay? And without me going into great detail, I don't want to go down that road right now, but I have been awake for some time, and let me clarify that. I'm not talking about being awake to the news and the conspiracy theories and all that. If it was not for this man right now that you are listening to or you see on your screen, okay, if it was not for a past of what I went through and a terrible addiction that took over my life with drugs and alcohol and that storm that was created in my life for many years, I probably would not be in this position right now, because when I made the decision in early 2018 to start going on the internet and reporting the news, I was already rooted and grounded in my thinking and my spiritual walk, even though I still had ups and downs and some slips and falls along the way. I was awake, and for me, being awake is understanding how the mind works and understanding what you're up against. That is my great awakening, and it gave me a spiritual foundation, rooted, strongly rooted, no cracks in my foundation. Very important to check your foundation every day. Make sure there's no cracks. You'll get cracks. I got cracks, but repair them quickly. And then you'll be able to go on and report the truth and be the truth. Probably the most important thing for me, it's always been in my life, is the peace. It's said that the peace that surpasses all understanding, and I have that peace today. Sure, I'm human. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I can get quite angry behind your screen here. I can yell at President Trump. I can yell at the Democrats. I can yell at everybody. You don't see that. All right. But I know how to take myself back, control my emotions and my thinking, and stay right on that narrow path with God. And everything I'm doing right now tonight, 100%. Okay. What is this here? 100%. Okay. Unscripted. Everything right now is unscripted. I just got some bullet points here on my phone when I'm looking down right now. Okay. And again, so I don't want to go into great detail about that, because they're going to have some other shows about the power of the mind and your thinking. I look up to some people, all the way from Christ himself and what he said in Scripture, to other people like that I studied over the years, many, many people. And Well, when it was always about your thinking. AA taught me that I had a thinking problem. I took that to the extreme because when they said, my disease was a thinking problem, like, okay, well, that's fine and dandy. I want to find out more about this. And I haven't stopped since, probably started taking this real serious 18 years ago, 2008. I haven't stopped since. But anyways, where are these coming from? Okay, hold on a second. Just 1 second. I'm going to do something I don't like spamming in my comments. Let's see here. Just give me a moment. I'll be right with you. I'm still a one-man show right now. Hopefully not soon. Not too much longer. Okay. I'm just going to give somebody a warning. This Patriots of Ohio County, I don't know if this is a spammer, but I don't appreciate that. Okay. Don't do that during my live broadcast. All right. Because I don't know if you're real or not. And I don't have time to look right now because I'm on the air. So I'm not saying you're a spammer at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt. When we have a thing when we're live on the air and we start seeing people posting links or websites, that's a big red flag. So sorry for the interruption, folks. Trump just posted another photo. Let me go look. All right. Hang tight. Let me go look. Let's see. I should probably check because we are in, my opinion, 0 hour. I don't see anything else right now. I don't see an update on here. I see all the same ones. Now, the one that he did post, we're going to get in Iran in a second. So one thing I'd like to touch base on real quick. There is one subject that people keep asking me about. And I'm going to give you an answer. Not the answer you want tonight, but I will give you an answer, okay? People keep, probably because I talk about AI a lot, and I'm doing news reports on AI, and I use AI. The number one question I get about is the data centers, okay? And all the, I know what you want, and I know what you want to hear from me, okay? But I will tell you this much, all right? The data centers, I will have a show on that. I'm in deep research with it right now. I don't want to put out just an answer right now or my opinion, okay? I'm doing serious research on it right now when it comes to the energy and the water, all right? So give me a little time still, because instead of me just giving you some random answer, I would rather give you detail. So I see your questions. I will address it, no question about it, but allow me to continue gathering more information that I can present to you in a professional manner and in a factual manner, and in a manner you can form your own opinion. But I can tell you this much, yes, there is absolute cause for concern. I can say that, okay? But where we're headed to it, is this going to be rectified? We shall see. But I can tell you this much. My goodness gracious, folks. I can't even begin. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to pivot right back in Iran here. I'm going to take your questions. I can't even begin to tell you. I don't think most people understand how fast things are moving. I don't. And I do not think most people use AI. I've already done my research on that. It's something like 16% of the world is using AI properly. I'm not talking about, I'm going to go on ChatGPT, I'm going to make a couple pictures or a video, or I'm going to do some research. That is not using AI, at least in my opinion, to its full potential. AI is, one, it's incredible. Two, it's moving incredibly fast. So fast. And I'm just talking right now, I'm in a creator world, okay? Because we are really looking at using it to our advantage with what we have planned to come out in the world of storytelling, if you will, Okay, I'm using AI for Think Brave to do my animation. It's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful tool. It's like giving me what they had for Toy Story, if you will, the movie, but now we have it at our hands. But it doesn't matter how much of the tools or the AI you have and all the creativity. It's, can you tell a good story? Can you make good, real content to put out there? Not everybody can. But AI is moving incredibly fast just in the creative world of AI this past week alone, Sunday night. So this past week, unbelievable with the amount of tools that have come out every single day. There is, unfortunately, the only thing that scares me, there is a race happening, and it's going on right now. The big boys are competing with one another. That scares me. I won't lie, because of the rapid advancement that it's going at, and the competition scares me because if they're competing with one another in this particular area in artificial intelligence, being pretty much, and I know AI has been around a very long time, but it's only really become public until recently. At this advancement stage, but the competition scares me because I think they're rushing and they're not paying attention to how fast things are being put out. That's an issue with me. Okay. Again, I love the tools of artificial intelligence. It has done wonders. It has helped MindFix Entertainment greatly. It helps with I don't really put out AI videos. We're going to be putting out AI storytelling. I can tell you that right now. That's no big secret. I've seen what it's doing for the medical community. I have tested it on my own as well. Amazing stuff. Are people going to lose their jobs? 100%. There's no question about it. I just talked about, and I just helped a family member. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm feeling weird, okay, because I just helped a family member with his business. It's a delivery courier business, and we've cut back $150,000 annual for his business. Well, we actually did replace some people in a dispatch area, and we created our own AI agents to do the work. Now, here's the one thing which was cool, is that he didn't fire anybody. All right. Just replace them right now. And I don't think they're going to be too thrilled about it, and they might decide to move on. But either way, the bottom line is, like I told him, it's going to happen regardless. And I said, if you sell the business, which is something he talked about, I said, they're going to do the same thing. And I know everybody else is out there taking advantage of it right now. And there's no question, if you're a business owner, I don't care if you're a Fortune 500 or a small business owner, if you find a way, and I get it, like I have a heart too, I do. And but if you're going to find a way to survive and be able to cut back and prosper in your business ventures, you're going to use this tool. There's no question about it. And I'm not the bad guy. I'm just being honest with you. You come here for truth and honesty, and I'm just being honest with you. I know that a lot of the white-collar jobs are being affected right now. I pay attention to this every day. I every morning, after my routine, I go right to the latest AI news and to find out the latest, because I see what is happening and I see what is coming, and I see a glimpse into the world that is about to unfold, and it's starting to unfold right now. I would say easily within 3 to 5 years, okay, 3 to 5 years, you won't recognize anything. And what I mean by that is everything will be run probably by AI for the most part. I know there will be jobs still out there, you know, electricians, a lot of blue collar jobs, etc. But I am also, when I talk AI, I'm also monitoring the advancements of robotics. And rapidly, they are getting better and better every single morning. I know what my wonderful audience who follows me, I know what your view is. Okay. Somebody asked, is real Trump on X, not on Facebook or Telegram? Trump is on X. Trump is on True Social. Trump is on Facebook. He's not on Telegram. Nobody from Washington is on Telegram. At least not to my understanding. Telegram is a very dangerous place for that stuff. Never get news out of Telegram unless you know the source to be real. So, like I said, I know what your views are. Here's what like I said, is what I told my mother. Mom, you're retired. You're dealing with this cancer right now. She's doing great, by the way. She's doing fine. Little ups and downs, but I told her, you're retired, Mom. You served your time. You don't have to worry about AI. Enjoy your latter years here. Just enjoy them, your later years. It may affect you in some ways, maybe through a little bit, some readjustments in banking or things like that. And over the course of these next 3 to 5 years, like I talk about, it could affect the way many areas of your life, the way you shop, get gas, go to the restaurant. I know somebody personally right now that works at McDonald's, and they've been there for many years, and they run the show at a McDonald's here in the area. And they already have a name. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I can't remember. But they already have a name for their robotics. It's coming to McDonald's. McDonald's already has the like that, you know, the machine, like the kiosk thing where you place your order, whatever they call that. And I know the robotics are coming in there. So you can expect fast food places to be taken over very quickly, very soon. And the world's going to change. I have put out a couple statements already on my social media platforms, and I prepared all of you. I said, look, it is my responsibility to cover this. I'm not here to sell you on it. I'm just here to tell you the truth, report the truth, admit the truth that I am using it for good. And at the same time, I want you just to be informed. I feel that's my responsibility. I'm not pushing AI on anybody. That is up to you what you're going to do. It's up to you if you want to try it. Again, like I said, like I told him, I don't think, if you're one of those folks, you're retired and all that, okay, I don't think there's much for you to worry about. Just enjoy your life. I will be honest with you, and this is a while ago because I saw it coming. I sat my daughter down and I told her, teach these boys AI, my 2 grandsons. The reason I said that is because here's why. I've already accepted the fact. I don't care how much you go out there and protest. This is not going away. You can't stop it now. A line's been crossed. Okay? It would set back everything if we would stop it and say we all rally together and stop the data centers and no more AI. I know that's a dream for many people. But I'm a realist. And I'm not saying I don't agree with you, okay? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I see where this is going, and I don't see it being stopped at all. This is the future. I'm a Gen Xer. 80s were my time. Greatest decade. We don't need to argue in the comments, baby boomers and all that. Greatest decade in the history of my life. I sit here every single day reporting the news. Every day, reporting the news. And if I'm not flipping over to listen to news clips or reports, there is 80s music playing. every single day. So it's very important to me because I love that era, and we can honestly say we lived in the analog and digital world. Soon, and in the coming years, we'll all be gone. You know that, and there'll only be digital people left. But we are part of something. We were born at an amazing time. And look, this has nothing to do with fear. I'm just talking reality. I'm talking facts. I'm talking truth. Okay. This is the direction we're going. You can fight it all you want. That is your call. You could push back, be resistant all you want. There are things worth fighting for, no question about it. That's all we've been fighting for 10 years for something. These past 10 years easily. But more importantly right now, I think, I'll say this. I'll tie this in with AI, okay? Let's talk about Iran real quick, because and I should probably keep an eye on things here, because it could happen while I'm on the air. It's happened before. All right, let me look at Trump's. I just want to check Trump's posts, and nothing, not right now. Okay, so anyways, so long story short, because I don't want to stay on the air too much longer. I believe Donald Trump is going to go in. And here's my strong, real opinion. Okay? I'm just going to go off with the notes I took. I'm not even looking at the notes right now. I'm going off the top of my head. I'll say this again. I do not believe this is about a nuclear weapon. Not at all. I think it's part of it. No question about it. It definitely is. We've already gone in during Midnight Hammer and pretty much seem to do the job. Now there's more work to be done, getting out the nuclear dust, etc. Okay? But here's what I think. All right? I believe that Donald Trump is using, just like, and I credit him for this. I think this is smart. Okay? He is using the talking point that we are doing this in Iran because of a nuclear weapon threat. He is using the exact same playbook against them. Let me say that again. He is using the exact same playbook of the deep state against them. And when I say deep state, I'm talking about the mainstream media, all tied into one. Think of Iran as a puppet master pulling the strings, or an octopus with all their tentacles coming out of the water around Iran and coming on the shore. That's the deep state. The IRGC, the military of Iran, is the deep state. The government does not run the show. Let me say something about government over there. It's a little complex, but now it's very complex because I don't know who's dead and who's alive for the most part. But I could say this: the government does not run the show. Okay, the IRGC runs the show. The Guard runs the show. Our military runs the show. That is the deep state. And they're taking orders from deep state. Now, I can't do an entire history lesson here this evening. There's plenty. I've done some of my posts, but there's plenty. You go back 47 years. You go back to 79. It goes back before that. But you go back to 79, and then they overthrew the Shah. They revolted, okay? And there was an uprising in the streets, and many people were killed, okay? And the reason that happened back then was economics. It was oil. 79, 78, pretty much around there. They were flourishing. The Persian people were flourishing. And all of a sudden it took a dive, all right? And then all of a sudden this regime out of nowhere comes onto the world stage, a.k.a. the soon-to-be Ayatollah, all right, and convinces the people of Iran that you're going to live prosperous and oil's good and all this other stuff, and basically lied to them. And we know the story now. But they overthrew the Shah, and then the Ayatollah came in, and the rest is history, and here we are. And the same exact thing is happening again right now, okay? Because I'm expecting another revolt. Yes, we just saw it. Yes, thousands of people were killed. Yes, I know we tried to give weapons. The story goes, I don't have any concrete proof on that, but the internet story goes that the Kurds got a hold of them. Okay? So I have said, I reposted today, I believe the delay could possibly be, I don't know, I'm just taking an educated guess, could possibly be the training of certain Iranians. You're going to need people in charge and leaders there. And if the United States, and with the help of Israel, I don't know, are sneaking weapons in, because they have to arm these people. And if you go right to the Q drops, okay, it tells you to the people of Iran, they future-proofs past, and it says to the people of Iran, fight, 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 fight. Okay, and it says regime change. Donald Trump cannot come out and say we're doing regime change. We're going in because of a nuclear weapon threat. He's using the same playbook against them. Good for him. If they did it to us our entire lives, lied to us on the world stage, on your TV set, on your idiot box that you have in your living room, and they lied to you before cable TV, in your headlines of your local newspaper, they lied, they lied, they lied. Forever wars, funding wars, the deep state, the machine, and the wheels, the spokes on the wheels kept turning and turning and turning. So Donald Trump says, fine, I'm going to publicly say we're going into Iran because they're a nuclear threat. Well, they pretty much were. I think it's over with, but I can't prove that. Just my opinion. But we're going to run with it. And there are some experts that knows that he's probably lying. I agree with them. Okay, because this is about regime change, because this is about stability. Most people do not understand foreign policy, geopolitics, or the history, because nobody wants to study history today. I'm not talking about you guys. Nobody wants to study history today because we're too busy doom scrolling and we can only keep a 3-second attention span. It was designed this way, and here we are. I think and I believe that we're probably going to go in at any moment's notice again. It's going to be chaos in the media. All right. And this has to be done now because he just said the title of this show is The Clock is Ticking. Donald Trump himself today wrote the words in big capital letters, the clock is ticking. I think that has more than one meaning, not just for Iran, but the midterms are coming. He knows this. He knows we know that. He is not a fool. We're talking about the Iranian regime who has tried to assassinate the president on more than one occasion. More than one occasion. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. He didn't get this far by luck. Okay? And that's why he's so bold and confident. I know he can come off some kind of cocky and arrogant sometimes, but we've gotten used to that. But he backs up what he says. And I believe if we go in there, and right now we have alliances with Middle East countries. It's crazy to me that the Iranians fired on their neighbors. Okay, they screwed that up on their own. And so here we are. Okay, they're firing at the UAE over there. Okay, because they pulled out of OPEC, for one. And if I look, okay, so it's 8 o'clock right now. So I'm going to look on my phone. I'm going to look down. Let's see what the market's opened up at. I'm going to bring up crude oil. Brent crude oil, specifically Brent. Okay, so I don't think you could see that. Maybe you can. Okay, right now, because the market opens at 8 for the Brent crude oil, and we're at 110 a barrel, almost 111 a barrel, and rising. Chances are it's rising because of President Trump's post today. Okay, so that's where we're at. So something's going to give. I have some scenarios in my head, what could possibly happen. I believe a big part of it is arming the Iranian people. I just don't know how that's going to play out. But if I had to say what this is about, this is 100% about regime change. The Iranians do not believe in diplomacy. They believe in stall tactic diplomacy. They're good at, they would make great alcoholics and addicts because I was one. We know how to BS. We are masters at it. We should get an Oscar and an award for it. They are very good at stall tactics and BS. And they've been doing it for decades. And they become pros at it. So I guarantee that it's going to still be a dogfight. I don't really see the Iranian regime going down too much. I know what's going on strategically, economically, with the chokehold that he's putting on them, hoping that they don't get paid, they revolt. The oil is overflowing right now. They have nowhere to put it. It's being dumped into the sea. Their economy was already terrible. It was something like 57% in inflation and all that. And it was before the war. It's ridiculous. So here we are. All right. The delay is not Donald Trump delaying or this. I don't know what you're thinking, but if you think he's being undecided and he can't make a decision and he keeps stalling, this is the art of war. We don't all know what is going on. What does this say? Midnight when we are getting ready to go. Oh, yeah, Venezuela, right. Venezuela was the first strategic piece. I said it. I think it was New Year's Eve. If I said it, and it's not for me to toot my horn. I just sometimes like telling you this and reminding you this to say, I know what I'm talking about. And that comes from discernment, and that comes from research and grace and everything else. And I take this seriously. And I told you guys, like on New Year's Eve, I said, something better give. Something has to give immediately going into January 1 of 2026. And on January 3rd, we went in and got Maduro out. And we haven't stopped since. So, and it's probably going to happen again. Will we see boots on the ground in Kharg Island? My opinion right now says probably. Okay? Don't freak out about that. Kharg Island is key. The Strait of Hormuz is key. Things are happening, all right? I truly believe in what I posted, a very long post, detailed post I put out about the golden age of America and how it ties to Iran. Iran is the big one in all of this, okay? If you were to go into Q drops, just type Iran in the search bar and look at the amount of drops. It's a lot that come up with just mentioning Iran. Q made sure we talked about Iran. Iran, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, they are the deep state. They're responsible for many forever wars. They have some doing with it. They have their proxies in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Syria, and so on, and so on, and so on. They're spread out. It's bigger than just the state of Iran, okay? It is much bigger than that. It's spread out all over the Middle East. This is the biggest terrorist regime network on the face of the earth, and people for some reason cannot get it through their thick head what we're dealing with. All they see is Donald Trump campaigned on no new wars. He went into Iran and he lied to everybody in their MAGA base, and that is the biggest crock of BS because nobody wants to put on their thinking cap and look at the big picture, study history, and ask yourself, well, look at all this. This makes sense going in there because if we do eliminate this regime, look at the benefits and everything that can happen from it. And that's what you need to look at. So right now, it's probably very difficult for President Trump to go in front of the cameras and continually say, Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. And he just wants to say so much more, but he can't. That will come and that will happen. And it's up to the American people. And when I talk about the American people, I'm talking about the people on a certain side who doesn't want to do research, or they're just blinded with their TDS and their hatred for Donald Trump. And the man could cure cancer tomorrow and they'll still hate him. Okay? Hence, I think it's a good idea to do a documentary on that. So, it's fascinating stuff to me. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to wind it up, but here's what we're going to do. I'm looking at the, before I go, all right, I'm going to say a couple things, but in the meantime, if there are any questions right now, ask away in the comments. I'm monitoring the comments. As I'm monitoring these comments right now and looking for your questions, I'll answer them, and then we're going to get off the air here. I'm going to get back and take a look. I will look one more time. Let me look at Donald Trump's page, and just in case. Let's see. Nope, not yet. So he's not posting. Let me check the wire real quick. Let's see if there's anything going on. No. I don't see much. Okay. Yeah, well, no. No, I meant news or political, but I appreciate you very much. No, I did not start watching Dutton Ranch. Not yet. I just was feeling I'm probably watch something tonight. Am I investing in silver, gold, and crypto? I'll say this much right now. I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on that. I'm not doing crypto, but I'm doing a little bit of research and studying. And guess what? I'm using AI to educate myself on certain things when it comes to crypto because it's not an easy world. Yeah, I just said I will have I will do a segment on data center. I'm in the middle of research because I'm learning. We're all learning about this. Okay. Now I'm seeing some crazy stuff put out there about the data centers are covered for child trafficking. With all due respect, folks, stop with that. Okay. That is not happening under President Trump. All right. Some of these crazy ones that are out there really got to stop. I don't know what to say. Is he on board with Trump's next move on Iran? Well, I can't tell you that. I can only, personally, if I had to say something, I'd say on board or not on board, he knows what's coming. I believe Xi knows what's coming. All right. I don't think Trump needed his permission. I think Trump probably went there and said, hey, here's what's coming. I'm letting you know. Let's not go to war over this. So basically, in other words, he's saying your days with Iran, he said to President Xi, are pretty much over. If you want to buy oil, buy it from us. Okay, this is coming to an end. That's what you will never see in public, on TV, or on a news report. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Which True Social page of his do you monitor? There's only one. I only monitor Trump's main page. That's it. I don't follow any other Trump page, Trump fan page, whatever. I don't follow anything like that. I only follow the president's official page on True Social. Well, he posts to True Social more than any place else. So, has Comey been taken to jail? Comey's made bail already. His trial starts, I don't know the dates, coming up. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So again, we are being bombarded with Muslims in Texas and the Indians right now building mosques. Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, I understand. And I believe all that's going to be taken care of. So again, hang on tight. Okay. I'm telling you, Iran is such a huge puzzle piece to all of this. And this is about to come to an end. This is not a forever war. It's coming to a close. I don't think President Trump wants to see the slaughter of innocent Iranian people. I think that's the big delay. I don't think he wants to see that. He knows what's coming. He realizes it, and he doesn't want to have that kind of blood on his hands. But unfortunately, there's going to be some, but he wants to keep the casualty rate down as much as he can. And that's my opinion only. Yeah, one day I'll do I'm not the expert, but I'll bring someone on about crypto and all that stuff. Linda says, I think Trump will act within the next 48 hours. I agree. I agree. I wouldn't be surprised to see something happen tonight. I know Axios is reporting he's going to convene Tuesday with his team and all that, but you can't go. When it comes to this, I've learned one thing. When it comes to, I can see the reports. I heard the Jesse Waters report. Now what Trump's posting, it's making sense. It's like, I think this is coming, the last stage of all this operation is coming to an end. Will it be pretty? I don't know. Probably not, but we'll have to pray. We're definitely going to have to pray. Can you pre-order the devotional book? Not yet, because it's not ready for pre-order just yet. I will let you know if it does. I really appreciate that, though. What's Trump's True Social page? I don't know. At Real Donald Trump, I believe so. That's the only one I follow. Let me see. Yeah, at Real Donald Trump. Only page I follow. Okay. Yes, Trump does give them fake leads. So, yeah, keep my coffee cup ready. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to support MindFix Entertainment, I do buy coffee. I do things quickly here. I have to use the K cups. I bought a Keurig and all that stuff, and right now I drink all the time. I'm drinking the Starbucks blonde roast constantly because it tastes good. So I like it. Okay. So good evening, everybody. Good evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up, and I want to wrap it up with this, okay? I'm going to go here. I know a lot of times I do 2 hours, but I'm very much highly anticipating being back on here very soon, okay, this week. I could be back on tonight for all I know. We'll see what happens. But again, I have, and I'll say this on the air, okay, and I know you read a lot of my posts. I have 100% faith in God. I have 100% faith in my discernment that I have. And everything inside of me, of my spiritual being, tells me that we have nothing to worry about. If we're all people, of men and women of God, of great faith, we know what a lot of the great ones in the Bible went through. They went through periods of a dry season. Yeah, I'm going to go watch the Cavs. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. Periods of a dry season, okay? And we have gone through that since pretty much end of 2015, 2016, Trump and announcing and running. So we've been going through this 10 years together. And that's the most important word. So, again, I truly, honestly believe that our best days are ahead. I won't lie to you. AI will play a part of it. The world is going to change, but I don't see it as the doom and gloom that everybody so easily posts about all the time. When people talk about all the bad, they're usually not educated. And I'm not saying that as a disrespect. They're not educated. They just have this opinion, but nothing to back it up. Okay, don't jump the gun too soon. All right. There are concerns when it comes to AI right now, but there's a lot of great things that can happen with this. A lot of amazing things. And I know people talk about these mysterious med beds for all these years. Those med beds won't have nothing on to what compared to what I've already seen that AI is going to be able to accomplish. And I'm not talking long down the road either. I'm talking real soon, and they're already doing it. So, again, I believe Donald Trump when he says the golden age of America is upon us. I do believe he's lying when he's saying, not lying per se, there is a nuclear weapon threat. It's not as big as it's being portrayed, but that's the art of war. He's saying that right now for the public because this is much bigger than people realize. And once this is all said and done, all those naysayers and people on their other side are going to reap the benefits from this. And they're going to reap the benefits financially as well. And then we'll see what they have to say then. So anyways, that's it. I'm out. I'm going to go check the news wire, put the other monitor on and watch the game. I'm Cleveland Cavs fan, and see what's going on. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. All right.